Hello, everyone. Welcome to the iDegree workshop. Choose your Gies Path. I'm so excited to have everyone here. I am going to slowly let everyone join here. I know we've had a little bit of some technical difficulties on our end, so hopefully you all don't have that same issue. There we go. But welcome. My name is Kate Deering. I'm a coordinator here within Gies Online in recruitment and admissions. I am joined here by my colleague, Allison Hodina. She is a coordinator within recruitment and admissions as well. And then we are also joined by two of our amazing student ambassadors, Gregory and Bala, and we are going to hear from them in a couple minutes. Before we get started, everybody throw in the chat where you're from. I'm curious where everyone is from today. Let's see how many different countries we have visiting us today. I know one of our panelists is from Belgium, and I'm here in Champaign, Illinois. We have some, Allison's in Chicago, so we have many places covered so far. If you all can add in the chat your location, let us know where you're from. As we're doing that, you may have noticed this QR code on the screen. I wanted to, oh, the chat is not working. Okay, 1 second before we get that, let's get the chat figured out here. Allison, are you able to fix that? Bear with us 1 second here. I'm also going to turn on the live transcript as well for anybody who needs that. Hey, Bala.
Hello.
All right, we are going to work on the chat here as we slowly get started today. As I was mentioning, this QR code that's on your screen is merely there for anyone who wants to get a hold of us or would like a call back from our admissions counselors or myself or Allison sooner than later. If you have any questions or just want to chat about the program and see if this is the right fit for you, we'd love to hear from you. So just scan that code and that will be linked to a short form that you can fill out. All right, we are still working on the chat here. And hopefully Allison will be able to get that working. We do have this Q&A feature though, and that's actually primarily what we want to use during this presentation so that everybody can see your questions. So feel free to add your questions to the Q&A feature, and Allison is happy to answer those along the way. I also want to encourage you to ask our ambassadors that are present today any questions that you have. They're here to share their experience with you and excited to chat with everyone. So please throw those questions their way as well. So I would love to introduce our ambassadors that are here. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what your background is, where you live, maybe what you like most about Gies, and then we'll go from there. Gregory, can you start?
Yes, no problem. Well, as Kate said, I am based out of Belgium, so I started my journey with Gies back in January. So now I am at my fourth session of classes, so like a third of the program. I have a background in mechanical engineering. I mean, and one of the very, very good point from Gies is, you choose your program, you build it as you want. It's online, so you can take 1 classes, 2 classes. And what is very good is most of the stuff you learn, then you can implement them very, very fast in your work. Because when you take, for example, the leadership classes or the teams and so on, I mean, it's very practical knowledge. which is, I mean, very good to use. I mean, I'm a manager of a team, and I mean, some of the tips and some of the practice we learn in the classes, I mean, I could use them the week after, for example.
Thanks, Gregory. Where did you start your journey with Gies?
So basically, I started in January as the official student, but basically in September last year, I mean, around a year ago, I mean, I was like, okay, am I still able to study? I mean, I was out of university for nearly 20 years. So, I mean, I kind of tested myself on taking a few of the Mooc on Coursera, and then I realized I managed it, and it was very interesting, and I was learning. And then because of that successful part, I mean, I decided like 2 months after to apply. I mean, I went through the interview process, and then I got selected. So, and I started in January. So.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing and welcome. Bala, do you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, sure, Kate. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Bala. I'm from Dallas, Texas. So I'm working as software developer for Accenture. So when I started this program August 2021. So it's been 1 year for me with this program. So I have a good journey so far. So to start off with, what interested me to this program is that initially I was looking for some options of like executive MBA or online MBA because as part of my day-to-day work, when I'm going up the hierarchy, I've been given responsibilities of managing team as well as managing projects, etc. So to have all those getting along, I thought along with my technical knowledge, I thought combination of business administration as well as business experience and having a basic core knowledge in all the business concepts would be adding value to my career, as well as I thought I can relevantly apply together. So that was the main motive where I was exploring for colleges, and I found GS MBA program to be like flexible schedule, as well as like we have our own the classes, live classes schedule, as well as the assignments deadline or whatever, and depends on we have the so we can choose the courses based on our comfort level and all those things. And I was trying to explore first about the Coursera platform. So at that time, I was seeing about this MBA program. So, and at the same time, when I was going through the college website on the specifications of the program, and I felt it interesting. And at the same time, when I was seeing some other ambassadors' experience on this program, how they were able to manage workload and all those things, it interested me to the program. So as far as my whole experience with this program so far, it's been good. I'm able to manage things by taking 2 courses at a time here. In each of the 8 weeks courses and all those things, it's going good so far. Yeah.
Excellent. I think your finger's in the way of the camera there. So just make sure there we go. Perfect. We just want to see your face.
Okay.
Well, welcome to both of our ambassadors. They are going to be here this whole hour, and we're going to ask them questions throughout, and then we will definitely have time at the end to take any questions from our attendees as well. So, so the agenda today, we are going to talk about the Gies Stackable design. We will go through the learner journey steps that are possible for you, including the application process, what credentials you need and will earn, and the cost. And then we obviously will hear about the student experience from our ambassadors and touch base with the Q&A at the end. So quick poll. I just want to see where everyone's at as far as higher education and graduate education. What has been holding you back from pursuing credentials or graduate credentials up till now? This will give us a little bit of an idea to make sure that we know kind of where to lead some of these discussions today. Are you nervous about this online format? Does it seem like it might be too much money? All of these things we're going to talk about today. So I'm just going to throw this poll up there and let you answer that. As you're finishing that up, we are going to dive into Gies Business Online and talk about all of the facets, whether you're interested in learning a single skill or earning a full degree. The Gies Stackable programs can help you reach your goals. I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. Speaking to this stackability, we're always talking about the stackability here at Gies Online. Brooke Elliott, who is our current Executive Associate Dean of Academic Programs at the Gies College of Business, also a large thought leader in the Gies Online space. She talked last year at iConverge, and that's our kickoff event every year that we have each fall, where we invite all of our students to campus. But she talked about how, I quote, "We want to create a path where learners can start and stop, take a pause, transition to a new path, and earn credentials along the way that allow learners to show others what they have learned and also carry that credential forward and stack them into other offerings when they're ready to go back to their educational journey." So I thought that just summed up what we are going to talk about today. And we have done just what Brooke spoke about with all of these Gies credentials that we offer. And we are going to dive into that right now. To start, I want to talk about that Gies Business Online model. It's made up of three main qualities. The first one is flexibility, meaning that there's no travel requirements for anyone in the program that are required. It's completely online, including all your course and group work. It's paced to fit your needs with these 8-week terms where you can take one course or two, as Paula mentioned, depending on your schedule and what you have going on in your life. It's also flexible in how we bill tuition with a pay-as-you-go model that's also offered at a very affordable price. I was reading an article the other day from our dean, Jeff Brown, on QS.com, and he talked about the affordability of a Gies MBA degree. And he likes to talk about it like that we're offering a Tesla for the price of a Kia. So you're getting a very, very high quality program and education at the price of a Kia, which I thought that was kind of a good way to describe it. The second main, I guess, advantage of Gies Business Online is that our credentials are stackable. They stack and they work together. You can take a single course for upskilling or stack that course into a certificate for credentialing. Then you can apply that certificate towards a master's degree. This unique stackability allows you an option to maybe test drive a course, see if you like it. Maybe you really enjoy that experience, then you can build from there until you decide that you're ready for the full degree. And then lastly, online by design means that this program was not adapted to be in this format, or it was adapted to be in this format, I'm sorry. We created this highly engaging content in a unique way that you can access anywhere, anytime, without giving up any of your life, your job, or your family commitments. So as you listen to these kind of three main qualities of business online, I'm curious what you are looking for in a program. I'm going to throw up this poll that has features of an online program. Which of these are what you're looking for? And I apologize, there is a spelling mistake in that first question, but which, are you looking for only asynchronous learning? Are you looking to study while you're continuing your professional work? Are you wanting to interact with your professors? Is affordability the most important? These are all features that we'll talk about today, but I was just wondering what's most important to you. It looks like most of you would like to study while you continue your professional career, which is exactly what you can do with all of our credentials. So that's really good to see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. Thank you for filling that out. So I want to get a little deeper into what our stackable education looks like. We are going to talk about each one of these options, but every credential that we offer builds into the next. So you can start with 2 Coursera Moocs, and there's 2 Coursera Moocs built into every non-degree Illinois course. You can take that non-degree Illinois course that you've taken and stack that with 2 additional courses and earn a graduate certificate. That graduate certificate can stack into any of our master's degree programs. So the IMBA, IMSA, or IMSM, which is a great option. So you get a head start on your degree, but you've already tried out those 3 courses and know that you love the content and how we run everything here at Gies. And then lastly, super exciting new development is that we have a new stackability option for earning your IMSM that will stack directly into your IMBA degree. So we're just kind of putting all that information together. The university has approved it, so we're very excited for this fall, and there will be more information to come on that for sure. But all of these can complement an existing credential. All of these options can allow for the development of new and targeted knowledge. And lastly, the stackability is outcome driven. So by that, I mean that you're going to see career impact with every stackable step. For instance, you can learn just a simple new skill set from a MOOC, or perhaps you take a series of 4 credit courses from Illinois, like a grad cert, and now you can lead your division on a path to take on a new project, or maybe interpret some data differently, and do that within your company. Or lastly, maybe you earn your IMBA degree and now you can start your own company or your own business. So they're all going to offer career impact wherever you join us in your whichever Gies credential you choose to start with. So Gregory, I know you talked a little bit about starting with the MOOC. Can you tell us a little bit more about why you pursued the MOOC and then how that led into the IMBA?
Yes. Oh, I mean, as I said, I mean, I really wanted to try myself and see my capability after not being a student for so long time, and I mean, and just to see what kind of classes I could get. And then I mean, I remember I took the MOOCs on leadership. I mean, I did the first one, I did the second one, then I did 2, then I said, okay, that's nice. Then I went to the second course in the series, so I did 2 more MOOCs, and when I saw that, I said, okay, I mean, I'm still able to do it. I like what I am learning, and then yes, I want to continue. And after doing that, then I applied and I went through the regular process.
Okay, Bala, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, just one thing. So the MOOCs and whatever we see, it's all like self-learning. So I wanted to correlate those with real examples or some more illustrations on each of those concepts. So I wanted to, and also many of the courses, for example, considering like macroeconomics or accountancy or finance, whatever. So we didn't have a solid background on those things. So wanted to compare those with whatever we go as like self-paced learning along with real-time examples along with MBA programs. So that was the reason for my transformation, to have like little more knowledge on each of those in a good way.
Okay, that's excellent. A great way to incorporate the MOOCs into turn that into your master's degree.
Thank you.
So this is what the Gies learner journey looks like if we were to take part in every single step. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to do these in this order. This is just an example if you did take part in every single step. This first step would be starting with a Coursera Mooc that we're going to talk about in our next slide. But these Coursera Moocs give you specific foundational knowledge in a skill area. You can then take that MOOC knowledge and add on and take an Illinois non-degree 4-credit hour course that would be led by Gies faculty, and you will earn transcript credit from the University of Illinois. From there, say you really enjoyed taking that graduate level course and you decide that you want to master a specific topic like strategic leadership and management or accounting analytics. And so then you would complete a graduate certificate, which is 3 4-credit courses, Illinois courses that complement each other. And then you're going to earn a graduate certificate that will be indicated on your transcripts. Now you're skilled in a specific area and you have mastery of that topic. And then the last step, hopefully you love the format and the structure of our courses, and you decide to stack those courses right into your master's degree. So maybe you took one course, or maybe you completed a whole graduate certificate, which would be 3 courses. Those are all going to count towards your master's degree, and you're that much further to earning that final degree. All of these possibilities are included within this journey. And so you have many options to expand your learning and only take on what you can handle at that specific time. So that Coursera Mooc that we were talking about, MOOCs are called, it stands for Massive Online Open Course. These are non-credit bearing courses that you complete asynchronously on your own time. They offer specific career-aligned training, like an example would be Foundations of Everyday Leadership or Developing a Winning Marketing Strategy. Those are 2 courses in one of our Illinois, 2 MOOCs that are included in one of our Illinois courses. You then can earn a digital certificate and share that on social platforms. You enroll in Coursera Moocs through the Coursera platform. You can audit these for free, or if you'd like to earn that certificate and have that credential to be able to share, those costs start at $39 per month. A MOOC is made up of pre-recorded videos that are created by our University of Illinois professors here. You'll have some quizzes, some reading assignments, and some peer evaluations. All of this is going to be done on your own time. These MOOC credentials can stand on their own as a digital certificate, or as we've talked about, you can stack 2 MOOCs that you've already taken, and those would count towards your Illinois 4 credit hour course. As you know, the MOOC content, the 2 MOOCs, you could get credit for those if you've taken them before. Each Illinois course typically has 2 of those MOOCs included in it, included in the course syllabus. Sometimes we say, think about the Coursera MOOCs as your foundational material in the Illinois course, or your textbook in the course, to just give you an idea of what that material looks like. If you've taken a MOOC before, that's perfectly fine. We will migrate that progress over and you will get credit for that MOOC. If you've not taken a MOOC before and you just enroll in a Illinois course from the get-go, those Coursera MOOCs will be included in your tuition and also in your course syllabus. So you will just complete those as you go through the 8-week term. So the Coursera MOOC, we talked about that. The next step of that Gies learner journey is the Gies a non-degree course. A non-degree course combines those 2 MOOCs and then adds in a high engagement component where you're going to engage with faculty members and classmates every week. We have a very simple application process with a requirement of a bachelor's degree to take an Illinois non-degree course. The tuition for an Illinois course is noted in this last bullet. One IMBA or IMSM course would be $320 per credit hour, and the IMSA courses are $850 per credit hour. So an IMSA course will run you around $3,400, and an IMBA and an IMSM course would run around $1,280, just to give you an idea of the cost there. So all Illinois courses have that MOOC foundational material that we just talked about, and then they're going to have the high engagement component. The high engagement material is going to build upon that foundational material, but it's going to give you the real world scenarios, and then you're going to have group projects to pull through those concepts that you've just read about and taken quizzes on. You'll have a 90-minute live class on Zoom each week where your professor will give their lecture. You're also going to have small group breakout sessions in these live classes. They will be offered at several different times during the day. So if you're joining us from afar, like Gregory, Bala, where are you from? I missed that at the beginning.
Oh, I'm from Dallas, Texas.
You're in Dallas. Okay, perfect. Whether you're in Dallas or Belgium, your classes are going to be offered at 2 to 3 times during a day. So you just have to make one of those live classes, and we do offer several different times to enable an option for all of our global students. Your faculty is going to be a key resource in the Gies Online program. They are available for office hours where you can discuss current assignments or just have a discussion with your professor and other students that join the office hours. That's a really great resource to take advantage of in our program. So the Coursera component, the high engagement component, those are going to join together, and that is what the foundational pieces of an Illinois 4-credit course. I wanted to ask our ambassadors, just so you can give the audience just a little idea of how is taking a Mooc different than an Illinois course in your eyes? Bala, do you want? Oh, Gregory, go ahead.
Yeah, well, the Mooc on Coursera, it's usually something that you do alone, where you learn the basics by yourself. But when you go to the high engagement classes, what is really interesting is all the collaboration that you have with the teacher, and all what you do with a small group. So you are in group with 4 or 5 people, so you exchange, you work on a mini case, and then some of the group go to present it to the classes. And usually, I mean, you dig deeper in what you have learned on the Mooc, basically.
Okay, Bala, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think Greg covered most of it, and whatever you have put in the slides, right? It perfectly matches my real-time experience. On top of it, so the weekly assignments, what we get, as well as when we work on this team assignments. So each and every activity, when we research and do things, we get to know more about those topics, and it's a good learning in those perspectives. Yeah. Apart from that, all of the things are covered, and I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I think they work hard to make sure that they pair up well together, and they complement each other in the curriculum. So we talked about MOOCs. We talked about taking a non-degree Illinois course. If you combine 3 Illinois courses, you can earn a graduate certificate. These are IMBA, IMSA, and IMSM courses that you'll earn transcript credit from the University of Illinois, and you will earn a recognized certificate for taking those three courses. The 3 courses will equal 12 hours of transcript credit. These just have a brief application that includes your bachelor's degree, which is required, a resume, a brief personal statement, and then if you're an international student, we will need an English language proficiency test. These are stackable into an iDegree, or they can stand on its own. If you just take a graduate certificate, that will be recognized as a domain mastery of that specific topic. This next slide has the current ones that we offer. And so we just launched these earlier in the year, strategic leadership and management, and also an accounting data analytics. And as you can see, the 3 courses that we offer that are included in those certificates. These would be great for instance, the strategic leadership, an early to mid-career professional who is looking to take on a leadership position. Or maybe you have a really high technical background, but no management experience. This might be a great little certificate for you to take to just add that domain mastery into your repertoire, and now you'll be able to lead a team with no problem. The accounting graduate certificate would be good for an accounting professional that's just looking to update maybe those skills. Perhaps you are a business leader without an accounting background that needs some of that accounting foundation. Great certificate for that person to take. Or maybe you're a learner who's preparing to take the CPA exam. This might be a good refresher for you. So those are just a few different learner types, but many people can benefit from just taking the 3 courses and not the entire degree. But remember, it's a great chance to just understand how we run the courses, experience the academic rigor of the program, and then hopefully decide that you love what you're learning, and you can continue to add on to that. So both of those graduate certificates are stackable into our 3 Gies iDegrees, the IMBA, the IMSA, and the IMSM. I'm going to give you a brief overview of those degrees, but I did want to hear from our ambassadors. I know both of our ambassadors are currently in the IMBA program. And Bala, I just want to chat with you about how your transition went from taking that Mooc to applying your MBA. Was that a difficult process?
No, it was not a difficult process at all. Just I was applying for the program, and we had to write 2 essays on our personal experience and related to managerial roles. What are the things which we need to do? So apart from that, then I had an interview where it was like pretty simple as well. So how the program would be beneficial to me, and how so based on my different tech stack, being with my bachelor's degree, I had a different background, as well as whatever I work. Apart from that, here the accounting, finance, and several things are a little bit newer to me, so they were asking on those things. But still, as a whole, when we are going up the hierarchy, so those things are definitely needed for you to have a basic knowledge and all those things. So it is all handy, and the transition was quite simple. Just the application process, when you need to write a essay about yourself and your achievements, and it will be an interview.
Okay. Yeah. Little different question for you, Gregory. What has the IMBA fulfilled for you that has been, you know, just in your career, that has been different than just earning a Mooc certificate?
Yeah, well, knowing that I come from an engineering background, I mean, I never got any business or leadership classes in the past. So, I mean, it's also bringing me other point of view, other knowledge I didn't have. And it's allowing me, I mean, to develop myself in my career, which, I mean, it's helping me to develop faster, because I would have done that by myself. It would have taken quite some time. So.
Okay. That's a great stepping stone to start with the Mooc slowly and know that you're going to see that advantage in your career. So I did want to give you a quick overview of our 3 master's degrees that we offer. The first one is the MBA that both Gregory and Bala are involved in right now. The total cost of this program is just over $23K US dollars, and that's going to include all of your tuition and fees. Every course is around $1,280, $1,280. And I did want to mention that we have a pay-as-you-go model, so you're only paying for each course that you're registered for. This is the case for every course that we offer here at Gies. It's a nice kind of financial planning built into the way that we structure the tuition payments. This program takes 24 months to complete, or you can extend that to 36 months. It's paced to fit your needs, and you can work as fast as you want or as slow. You can take 1 course or 2 courses every 8-week term, and that is going to dictate how fast you move, you know, throughout the program. We have 4 start dates each year: August, October, January, and March. And the IMBA is going to require 72 credit hours, which is going to total 18 courses. Within those 18 courses, that breaks down to completing 6 specializations. 4 of those are going to be core specializations, and 2 of those, a specialization has 3 courses within it. 2 of those specializations will be your focus areas. So you'll be able to choose your path from a series of elective specializations, or you can create your own path. We're fine with that. You can choose any 3 electives that you would like, as long as they pertain to your career. We're good with whatever you want to focus in. But I do think that makes our MBA program a little bit special, in that you do get to cater it to whatever your interests are or what your career path is. In addition to those 6 specializations, you'll complete 3 capstone projects. 2 of those will be on the specialization. So you choose 2 specializations that you've completed, and then we'll bring everything together that you've learned in those 3 courses of a specialization, and then you'll do a short project with a small group of students, and that would be 1 capstone project. And then you'll do another one, and then right before you graduate, you'll have a program long capstone project that will encompass everything that you've learned, during your time with us. So that project you'll work with a professor, you'll have a small group. It'll be about a month-long project right before you graduate that you will present to your peers. So an excellent experience to go through those capstone projects. A couple of facts, just briefly, from the graduates from our MBA program. We talk a lot about the professional experience our students bring to the classroom, and one measure of that is how many Fortune 100 companies do our students work, and 70 of those are represented in the IMBA program. So great number there. And then we have more than 1,000 total employers that are represented in all of our programs. So you're going to meet people from all over the world and many, many different career backgrounds. These next percentages are really great. 61% of our students receive a promotion or accept a new job while they're actually in the IMBA program. And also at a time when many professionals just expect that 2% raise in a good year, Gies IMBA graduates experience an average raise of 22% during and immediately after their IMBA program. So that is an instant and concrete return on investment that is going to be hard to match. And then lastly, some feedback that we just collected from some recent grads that speaks just to the quality and the return on investment that you will earn from this education, in that 96% rated it as excellent or good, 91% would recommend the IMBA to a friend, and then 95% of the IMBA students apply what they've learned to their career. And that's something that we hear over and over. You could go to class on Monday and you have a meeting on Friday and you get to implement exactly, one of the strategies that you learned in that Monday live class. Can either of you speak to a specific kind of return on investment that you've seen in your career so far? I don't know who wants to.
Sure, I can talk on it. So last December, as mentioned, I've got promotion from team lead to associate manager position. So when I speak to my project managers on that I'm pursuing MBA program, and they all recognize UIUC Abna Champion is one of the renowned college, and degree from it, as well as the certificates on the strategic leadership management certificate. I've completed all the 3 core courses and I've got a certificate for it. So when I even applied for it, they were able to recognize the value of it and help me promotion to next level based on it. In addition to my work things, they treat this as +1s, notable +1s.
That's great. Gregory, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also trying to use that at work. I mean, as I said, we learn a lot and we can apply at work. And currently there is a big shuffling in my company, and I'm trying to apply and to say, okay, I'm doing my MBA and use this argument as to get one of the promotions. So, and hopefully it's going to help me to get another position shortly. So
it's good to have that leverage, I bet.
Yes.
Well, that was the IMBA. The IMSM is another master's degree that we offer, and it's made up of several different learner types. We have non-business backgrounds in the IMSM. We have business backgrounds that are pivoting to include management in their skill set. And then we have highly technical backgrounds that are looking to broaden their business knowledge. This Master of Science in Management degree costs just around $11,000, and you can finish it in just 1 year. So it's a real quick, inexpensive degree, but high quality, and you are going to have some fabulous classes that you'll be taking on leadership and management. It does have the same flexibility in taking 1 or 2 courses every 8-week term, and that's totally, based on how you can fit this program into your life and your schedule. Typically, students take anywhere from 1 to 2 years. This program does have 4 start dates as well: August, October, January, and March. And you'll complete 36 credit hours. So that's going to be 9 courses. 6 of those are going to be required. Those are going to be the core required courses in leadership and management. And then you get to choose 3 electives. And we have a couple predetermined tracks that you can choose from, or you can choose any 3 electives that you would like to take. And then lastly, I did want to just kind of remind you that we did just approve a stackability option for the IMSM into the IMBA. So just another addition to the portfolio of different stackable options that we have here at Gies. And then the last online master's degree that we offer is the Master of Science in Accountancy. This program builds expertise in the fundamentals of accounting, financial reporting, audit and control, and U.S. federal taxation. So, you know, you could be a mid-level professional looking to move into that C-suite position, or you could actually be brand new to the accounting field, and you would like to kind of learn this, all the foundational material that you need to be successful. Those are both perfectly normal options and normal student profiles in our program. The tuition is $20,000 to $28,000. This is a range because of your course choices. You'll have some options to choose some electives based on and based on what you choose at the end with those electives. A non-accounting elective is going to be $320 per credit hour, and accounting classes are $850 per credit hour. So that's why there's a range for what your total tuition will end up being. The IMSA is going to take 18 to 36 months to complete, and we only have 2 start dates for the IMSA program. So if you're looking to apply soon, January 2023 would be your next option. And then August, we would have another start date. The IMSA is 32 credit hours, 8 courses, and that breaks down to 5 required courses and then 3 electives as well. And at least one of those electives has to be a non-accounting elective. So I know that was a lot of information quickly on our 3 master's programs. We are here for questions. And that was just an overview of the IMSA, IMBA, and IMSM that you can earn within Gies Online. And I know that was a lot of information. This slide represents just kind of some of the path, an option that you can take through your Gies learner journey. But ultimately, it's you get to take this at your own pace. We started talking at the beginning about just starting with that Mooc, that Coursera Mooc, and then maybe trying a non-degree Illinois course. And then you can stack that into 3 courses in a graduate certificate and love it, and then maybe apply to earn your iDegree, iDegree master's degree. So it's all about Gies is all about giving you options, and you can continue to challenge yourself as you add in these different credentials. I want to launch one more poll. What are your plans right now? Like we just threw a lot of information at you. Thinking about all of these credentials that we offer. I'm just curious today, what are you thinking? Like, would you start with a Coursera Mooc? Would you be interested in just going right to the degree, the master's degree, or maybe try out a non-degree course? We have all these options, but I'm curious where everyone's at today. Looks like a lot of you are just looking to jump right to the master's degree, which is great. Lots of options here. So as we wrap up that poll, I want to encourage you to write any questions. I'm going to check the Q&A right now and see if we can answer any of those questions live. We have about 10 minutes left. Before we jump to the Q&A, Gregory and Bala, do you have any advice to share for attendees as they explore higher education? I'll have Gregory go first.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's a hard question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hard question, but I mean, they need to look for, I mean, what they want to do with their career in the future, and I mean, and something like the MBA is something that can help them. I mean, I have organized myself with these classes, especially just to make sure I can manage it. You can take it whenever you want, and I mean, it's a great gain. Usually, I make 2 classes once, and I make 1 classes after, and then it's I mean, it's a lot of good stuff to help you in your career, I would say. So.
Good advice. Paula, anything to add?
Yeah, pretty much the same fear. I mean, trying to, enhance your learning experience as well as your earning to get a master's degree. This is a good platform with an affordable cost and flexibility for you. And pursue it, go for it. And don't hesitate, like how you are taking the MOOC courses or just credit courses, you'll have a pretty much good experience when you are transforming to a MBA degree. And you can get a affordable, I mean, it's very affordable and you can get a degree that you earn, sure, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Paula. All right, I'm going to jump to some questions. I see one question about an application fee waiver. So yes, in response to attending today, feel free to use the waiver Join Gies August. If you're looking to apply for an October start, that deadline will be coming up on September 8th. And I'll go ahead and share that as well with some follow-up communications for everyone if you missed that code. Allison, any other questions that were popping up that you think would be great to discuss?
Yeah, Kate, can you talk a little bit more about how you would plan to stack either a certificate into a degree program or the IMSM into the IMBA?
Like how you would actually do that?
How the credits would apply.
Oh, okay.
And is there a time limit?
In between completing, there is currently no time limit to complete your IMSM and stack that into the IMBA. That could be something that is added in the future, but as of today, there is no time limit. But the way that you'll stack those, you'll apply to whatever credential you'd like to start with and complete that credential. And then you're going to have to apply to the next step. Now, what that application looks like is a little different. If you complete a graduate certificate, we will waive a couple of the requirements in order to apply for your IMBA or whichever master's degree you're applying for. If you've completed your MSM and would like to stack that into your IMBA, you do have to apply. There is a minimum requirement of 3 years professional work experience, and it's not a guarantee that you're going to be admitted into the MBA program. They are still 2 different programs with 2 different kind of goals in mind. So we will evaluate your application at that time and make an admission decision. Great question. Let's see.
Kate, can you talk about how much of the IMSM and the IMBA overlap?
Sure. So the IMSM is going to be 36 credits. And if you stack that into your IMBA, you would get credit for those 36 credit hours. 6 of those courses, the 9 courses that you'll complete in the IMSM are the same courses that are in the IMBA program. So there's a lot of overlap there. And then you'll have 3 electives that you would have taken in the IMSM. Upon admission into the MBA program, you would work with your advisor and just make sure that everything fits into the degree plan, where those electives that you took in the IMSM will fit into the MBA program. You'll have an advisor to guide you through that, and they'll make sure that you satisfy all of the MBA requirements as well. So we're not going to just throw you into the program. We'll make sure that you have all that information.
Great. Can you talk a little bit about the level of engagement that students have with their peers? What kind of group work and relationship building students can expect to see in our online programs?
Yes, and actually I'm going to have the ambassador speak to that real quick first.
Yeah,
go ahead, Gregory.
If I can. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you do the Coursera there where you are more or less on your own, even if there is some interaction, there is some forum and so on. But what is great, I mean, you have those online classes where there is usually 2 or 3 breakout sessions where you exchange with people and you have different opinions. I mean, you have also a lot of interaction with the teacher, and then you have also all this teamwork. So on the side, so I mean, depends on the classes. During the 8 weeks, you can get from 1 to 8 teamwork. So you have to meet during the week, during the weekends. I mean, you organize Zoom with your teammate. I mean, you prepare to get alone. You talk with them. You exchange your opinion, and then I mean, you build on your case together, and finally you submit a project all together. So I mean, that is what is very good. There is a lot of interaction between students and so on. Even if it's online, you could fear not to have any interaction, but that's not the case. I mean, there is a lot, and that's what is very good and very nice.
Anything to add to that, Bala?
Just a few more things. So in addition, we have workplace thing specifically for all our students, so where you can, similar to Facebook, where you share the post, instant messages, the same thing. So you can do all those here, and where people share their experience, even the combination of course pairings when you do each semesters. So when you try to post something, so you'll have ideas from numerous students on what are the course pairing guides. They'll be able to help you with their experience, as well as the study groups. So we have each and every thing in the workplace, we create student groups where we'll be posting or sharing our thoughts about each week's content, as well as all those, say for example, you wanted to schedule a Zoom session to work anything on particular study groups. So those kind of things we all run to enhance our relationship. So those kind of things are the additional things.
There, I want to add to that too. There's so many ways to network within our programs, all of them. You'll have access to something called Workplace, which is a Facebook group just for our students, where a lot of idea sharing happens. There's study groups that are formed. Student-led meetups happen all the time, where a student says, hey, I'd love to meet any students that live, you know, within a 50-mile radius of myself, and they go out to lunch or a coffee shop. We have an in-person event that's not required, that iConverge that I was speaking about earlier, that we invite students to. So there's just a lot of interaction in our program. You might not think that it sounds like in a virtual kind of space like this that happens, but it does. So, and both Bala and Gregor had some great examples of that in the program. So I did see one question about graduate certificates. So we currently have those 2 that are offered. That is something that we're working on as a group to make sure that we offer lots of credentials and continue to add to our portfolio. So we will be working on additional certificates that will be added to that grouping. Let's see, I'm seeing some questions about English proficiency. I'm going to have Allison throw in the chat the exemptions and also just the proficiency test rules or requirements. But if you're an international student, you do need to take that test. We do have some exemptions. If you have any questions on those, just please email us at the email that's on the slide. We're happy to walk you through that. There's some new changes too, as far as providing an additional essay if you can't take a test. So there's lots of options there, and we're happy to share those with you.
Yeah, even for my case, since I have work experience in US for like 3 to 5 years when I was applying to the program, so they were waiving that requirement. I mean, I had taken TOEFL before, but during application to the program recently, I didn't retake it because I had the work experience as well. I mean, if you have, I mean, I'm just giving additional information.
Yeah, that was the same for me. I mean, I have been working for a few years in the US and working for an American company for 15 years. So I got the exemption. I didn't have to do the test. So.
And those are clearly, they're clearly marked on the link that Allison will share. So Are there any immersions abroad? Yes, we have an immersion program, which is an excellent opportunity. I would encourage you to try out an immersion if you can. We have them domestically, we have them internationally. We did pause them for a little bit during COVID and they did go virtual, but the virtual immersions have been amazing and the feedback has been really great. But essentially these are small projects that you'll be working with a company in that location on. There'll be lots of kind of side trips and side little projects during your time there, but a professor will be there. You'll have a group of around 30 students and you'll work together to complete that project. So there is additional costs. It could count as one of your capstone projects in the IABA program. So lots of great reasons to participate in an immersion trip. If you need more information on those, please reach out. Okay, I just want to be mindful of everyone's time. We do have about 3 minutes to go and we'll take a couple more questions. But if you see this slide that I flashed up here, if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate. My email is there. giesonline@illinois is also a great email. We have a huge team that answers emails every day. That's always on call to take phone calls and emails, and we're happy to hear from you, and really we just want to have a conversation and make sure that we can help you figure out if this is a good fit for you. We hope it is, but we're happy to answer those questions. I see a couple other questions about scholarships. We do offer a couple scholarships for all 3 of the online iDegree master's programs. We offer a partnership in a scholarship in partnership with Coursera. This would reimburse 70% of the tuition. It's very competitive. It's need-based. Also, we're looking for very diverse candidates, and if you're applying for those scholarships, you do need to apply by the priority 1 or 2 deadline, and also make sure that you include your within your application the scholarship essay. And so it'll be listed in your application. It'll walk you through it, but you really need to submit your application with the scholarship essay in order to be considered for that award. And then the Forte scholarship is available to 1 female every term for the IABA program. Excellent scholarship that reimburses $20,000 of the tuition. We're looking for women only for that one. That one also is, we're looking for very diverse candidates that really have a passion for women in business and helping them achieve their goals. And so both of those scholarships, the prompts are within the application. So you'd be able to get that information there. All right, it looks like we have no open questions, which I'm going to take that as a sign. I don't normally see that. So thank you everyone for attending today. And this was a great session, some really great questions. Gregory and Bala, we appreciate your insight today and your time spent with sharing your experience with all of those in attendance today. And then Allison, thank you so much. You are always great at the chat and really keep up with all those questions. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we hope to hear from you soon. Have a great rest of your week.